a bizarre sensation. It just keeps going.
Off-grid is about to hit the hottest town in Australia.
Oh my God.
Most people wouldn't even think about coming out here. The whole roads, they are no joke.
We're here to complete a mission that 4 years ago saw us stranded in the outback.
That's what 20 mil of rain looks like in the Pilbara. There's the old fire. And that bit of wood there, that's still got some life in it.
This is a part of the country you've all heard of, but so very few people visit.
That's hectic.
All this is out there waiting for you.
This is the red heart of the Pilbara. This is Off-Grid. It's been 6 months since we left the stormy beaches of Fraser Island in search of the most westerly point you can take a four-wheel drive in Australia. After 13,000 k's of dusty outback roads, endless corrugations and flooded Kimberley rivers, we've arrived right here, the Pilbara. Have a look at this countryside, will you? If you're driving through here and you don't get a smile on your face, check your pulse.
It's like a cross between Utah and Uluru. Wow.
The Pilbara is a vast outback playground that's twice the size of the entire United Kingdom. Outside of a couple of coastal communities, this massive region is home to just a few thousand people and the most stunning ancient landscapes you'll see anywhere in the world. We're going to be tracing a route from the outback of Newman through the Pilbara and up to literally the hottest destination in Australia, Marble Bar, before pushing out to the pristine white beaches of the WA coast in search of some blue-nosed salmon. But first up, we've got some unfinished off-grid business to take care of. A couple of years ago, we tried to get out to a very special site out here, but we got foiled by the weather. Mother Nature turned us around and had us waiting in the bush for a couple of days while a freak rainstorm stopped us getting to where we wanted to go. So I'm going to try and get us out to where we attempted to go several years ago.
Sick. Well, it looks like the rain is running away from us, so let's do it.
Our goal right here is Hickman's Crater, a remote meteorite impact site accessible via a long, rocky four-wheel drive track into the hills and one of the most unique river runs in the country. Oi, what's the longest water crossing you guys have done?
Ooh, longest water crossing might be the Drysdale, might be Teletrack.
Okay, let's throw a bit of a challenge out there for you today. We're going to do a water crossing that will surpass anything you've ever done before. It goes forever. It looks like something not possible. And I'm going to request that you tackle it. Bianca, I reckon you jump in behind the wheel today.
Okay, I can do that.
This track follows a local waterway called Calgan Creek, but instead of crossing the creek, it literally follows it. And that means taking a couple of deep water crossings that are over 500 metres in length. How's the confidence levels there, Bianca?
Sky high, baby.
Probably sky high because you can't see what I can see. I tell you what, you wait there, I'll call you through on the other side. Wish me luck. This is so sick. So cool. You're gonna love this.
Any warnings or just give it a go?
It's a bit daunting when you're in the middle of it. That's gonna really clean the dust out of my rims too, which is fantastic. All right, that's one of two. We've got another big crossing coming up here as well. Come on through, Bianca.
Cruising.
So far, so good?
Did you just take a middle line?
Oh, don't go in the middle.
I mean, I'm in the middle. We'll see what happens. Oh, I think it's about to get deeper. Come on, Buster! Oh!
Sorry, just gentle.
There it is.
Yeah.
Is this a nervous floor?
You made it.
Yeah, we almost got stuck in that one.
All right, here goes the big long one. It's going to sort of idle my way through it. Second gear low. Holy heck. It just keeps going. Whoa. I don't know what's going on underneath this, but it's very weird.
You're having a little boogie, mate.
That's ridiculous. That's a bizarre sensation. It's like there's undulations, but they're opposite one another. I can't see the end, miles down there. It's actually not a water crossing. I believe it is the Kelgan River. During times of big floods, this is astronomically flowing through here. Like, you can see some of the debris. You know, I'd be well underwater here. Rightio, guys, I am high and dry. Come on through.
I want to be high and dry.
Sending it. We'll see you soon, hopefully.
Oh, there it is. Ooh, okay. Low and slow.
I can hear the engine. I can hear that you get the weird whoop-de-doos.
We are whoop-de-doing.
Oh, I'm trying.
That looks cool.
Yeah, this is sick. It's the Nile of the Pilbara.
Hey!
How'd it
Double
look?
fist bump. Boom time. That's for being captive in there. That would have been terrifying. I
It
would have
felt
been.
that way.
She's quite deep. You've got water up halfway up your door.
Yeah, well, Baz needed a bit of a wash, to be honest.
Well done. Longest water crossing you'll probably ever do.
Yeah.
Ticked.
It felt like it.
Well done. All right, something special down here. Let's keep going.
Alrighty.
Fantastic.
So where on earth are we going? Miles from anywhere out here. Well, we're going to see a meteorite crater in the middle of the Pilbara. It's called the Hickman Crater, named after Arthur Hickman, who in 2007, believe it or not, was using Google Earth to look for iron ore deposits in this area, and he stumbled across this perfectly round circle. So we've only known about it for a fairly short period of time. It is fairly well in the middle of nowhere. I don't reckon a lot of people get out here to have a look at it, so I'm super keen to try and get out here after failing once before. Oh, that's it. There's the old fire. 2022, about this time of year as well, is when we got stuck right here for a couple of days due to a really unprecedented weather front came through. We knew it was bad afterwards because the entire BHP fleet, all the drill rigs, all the cars, all the trucks, all went back into Newman because they knew the weather was coming. Us, however, just thought it was a passing shower. We got stuck out here for nearly 3 days. The road behind us here was a sea, and in here, as far as the eye could see, was water. This is our old campfire, and that bit of wood there, heck, that's still got some life in it. I might even take that with us. But yes, this is exactly where we sat for nearly 3 days. It was too wet to continue onto the crater, so we turned around and went that way, back out. Today, however, have a look at it. We're going that way today. As we push further out towards the crater, the track is getting tighter and the final Ks are going to get very rocky. So we're going to drop the lifestyle campers at a stunning little camp tucked away at the base of the hills. Righto, we're going to make this base camp. There's something up here that I want to show you, but I'm going to leave that for now. We're going to unhook here and then zip all the way around here to the Hickman Crater. But what a friggin' campsite. This place is spectacular. Gee, she bumpy. Oh, jeepers creepers. Leaf Springs. Well, I'll be darned. I mean, now that we're up on the ranges heading out towards the crater, this place is mind-bogglingly beautiful. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but it just doesn't attract the tourist numbers that the coast does. But I think if more people just got off that beaten track and got out of here, you'd be blown away. You really would. Look at this. Mr. Hickman, 2 thumbs up. Thanks for bringing me out here.
Oh my god.
What? That's hectic.
There are just 184 confirmed meteor impact craters on the planet, and Hickman's crater is the most recently discovered, forming a perfect circle in the landscape with an impact site that's about 260 metres wide and 30 metres deep. It's the result of a meteorite which slammed into the Earth somewhere around 50,000 years ago. and with the force of, get this, 600,000 tonnes of TNT. Well, that's a couple of craters we've seen now on old off-grid. We've seen Wolf Creek, Mr. Hickman's crater, and every one of them has been in look at that, ridiculously stunning landscapes. I'm going to keep saying it. I don't care if you think I'm a broken record. It is as good as it gets. It's pretty special to make this spot after so many years, and if you want to try something different, you can even camp in the crater itself. The Pilbara has really turned it on for us today, but with the sun getting low, it's time to get back to camp. Hot days and cool, dry nights are the norm out here. Perfect for getting a fire going and kicking back to watch the stars. And to just make the day better, it's Jordan's turn to cook for the crew. Well, you're probably wondering why I'm putting an awning out at night. It's not going to rain. Tomorrow's going to be stinking hot, and I want to check out a few things around camps down here and around. So I don't want to be coming back to the van in the roasting sun. Also, it's almost nice to have a bit of brekkie in the shade in the morning, so I'm going to whack the awning up tonight using the old tie gear stuff here to make sure if that wind comes up, which it has been doing over the last few nights, the awning is still going to be there tomorrow. And as you can tell, that's as tight as a drum. She ain't going anywhere.
When you're traveling around the country, you're going to see more roadhouses than stop signs. Most people, when they see roadhouses, they think, great, fuel, let's get going. I think sausage rolls. The real reason we travel around the country, roadhouse homemade sausage rolls. If you know one that could tackle the top spot, you let me know in the comments below. That's pretty damn good. We're nowhere near a roadhouse, but gonna give it a crack myself. I reckon it's gonna be pretty darn good. What we've done so far, so I got B to help me out by fire roasting some onion, bacon, and some garlic. Chucked a few extra spices in there. I'm gonna line these out on the puff pastry, roll them over, seal them with a bit of egg wash, and then we'll coat them, chuck them in the camp oven, see how we go.
Damn, that's some girthy dogs.
Yes, very impressive, but it got me thinking
It's not that impressive. I mean, they're good sausage rolls, but they're... Yeah, anyway.
Seen it all before.
I have. That's what we're talking about.
Roadhouse a la Pilbara, we're calling it, homemade sausage rolls. First bite, what do you reckon?
Oh my God. They are next level, bro. Tomorrow might be a different story because there's a lot of chili in here, but that is a sausage roll to remember. Girthy, it's got some heft, and it's got some spice. Three of the things that I look for in a sausage roll.
3 from 3.
If you thought today was spectacular, and bloody hell, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wait for tomorrow. We'll catch you folks in the morning. G'day guys, it's Black Friday time, and with Christmas holidays coming up, I've managed to twist the arm of my mates at Kamak. Now look, they usually do a damn good deal, but this one is next level. And they're actually going to be giving you lot at home an exclusive discount. You can get up to 60% off site-wide on the Kamak website right now, just as it is. But Kamak are going to give you an extra 10% off with the code OFFGRID10. Now, that code's valid until the 30th of November 2025. Seriously, folks, there's never been a better time to grab any camping essentials, being it an awning, fridge, hatches, windows, even the kitchen sink for your van before the summer holiday break. Now, Kamak rarely do deals this good, so it's the perfect time to give your van some well-deserved TLC. Just jump on kamak.com.au and use the code word OFFGRID10 before the 30th of November. Tucked away in the cold shadows of these hills, it's hard to believe that the Pilbara is amongst the hottest regions on the planet. Today though, the temps are really going to be dialing up as we push north to a town that holds a dubious world record.
So I realised something cool this morning. So we've been on the road for about 3 months going across the whole top of Australia, using our diesel heater for our hot water pretty much every night. I haven't actually had to fill up this diesel jerry can the entire time we've been travelling. I'm going to top it up so we don't have anything sitting in the bottom there. I just thought that was absolutely neat just how efficient this is. With hot showers, using the water for washing up, that is remarkable just how efficient it is.
The Hickman crater might only have been discovered a couple of years ago, but there have been people exploring these hills for thousands and thousands of years. And the rocks above our camp are filled with the signs of the original inhabitants of the Pilbara.
That is so cool.
Look at that. Well, how cool is this? What looks like a jumble of rocks from afar, when you get your eye in, you actually can see thousands and thousands, literally, of these rock carvings. They're called petroglyphs. They were done by chipping into this sort of ironstone layer out here to reveal this orange layer underneath. All sorts of shapes and figures out here. There's a couple of dingoes over there. I don't know what this dude's doing, but he looks spooky to me. Can you imagine what this valley would look like tens of thousands of years ago when people were sort of living out here and doing this artwork, and what it would have meant? Be funny, I reckon. We might think this is some sort of spirit man. Could be just a bloke holding up a trophy after he won a running race. I don't know. But what I do know is that's from another time, and I reckon it's pretty damn cool.
Rock carvings like these can be found right around the Pilbara region, and it's one of the few places on the planet where you can get up close and personal with these really cool bits of history.
Well, that was a pretty special little camp, that one. I remember that for a long time. Now, this is a tight, twisty little track getting out of here. I'm gonna have to really watch the wheel placement here and where I put the van. Here's a little trick for you with the clear views. These mirrors down the bottom here, your blind spot mirrors, I angle these down so I can see the caravan wheels. But what that does is it enables me to keep an eye on exactly where my van wheel placement is if I'm trying to get around obstacles. There's a big stump down here. I'm gonna have to hug that stump in order to get out wide enough to come around the sharp corner. All I gotta do is just keep an eye on that caravan wheel using that blind spot mirror. Perfection, if I do say so myself. If you're gonna be doing any kind of hard-ish wheeling with the van on the back, poke it into these hidden spots, do yourself a favour, get yourself a set of clear views and set up your blind spot mirror so that you can see your caravan tyres. Makes your life so much easier.
Now, the Pilbara is jam-packed with remote camping and four-wheel drive adventures, but it's also the beating heart of an industry that connects this place to the world. In WA, it is a fact, if you've grown up here, you will have either worked in the mines or you will know someone who has worked in the mines. There is no in-between. Mining in WA, whether you like it or not, is integral to Australia's economic viability. And this part of Australia in particular is an absolute powerhouse. Towing up to 240 carriages, each able to hold up to 130 tonnes of ore, these big diesel sluggers are the heaviest trains in the world and help make Australia the largest exporter of iron ore worldwide. This part of the world has drawn prospectors and miners looking to make it big for hundreds of years. And where we're heading next is the town that kicked it all off. To get there, we got to tackle a big old outback highway, the Marble Bar Road. The country out here is pretty darn rugged, and up ahead, we stumble across someone who the corrugations have got the better of.
Just found this fella, stopped on the side of the road. He's got a small puncture. I was going to plug it for him. But I don't, So I thought we'd change it instead, might be quicker.
These guys are in the middle of a mammoth drive from Perth all the way out to a community near the NT border. And while we've soon got them moving again, something tells me their adventure is just getting started. Goes to show, these corrugations are no joke. How's that? Did 2 tyres at once. And the funny thing is, he didn't even feel it. They were driving for quite some time like that. Anyway,
He's back on the road. They've got a long way to go, those two, so yeah, the old roads, they are no joke.
For the final run to our next goal, we're following our noses down a back route we spotted by chance on the map.
Righto, we're going to cross the main road here, kidlets. We should be turning, but we're going to go straight. I found a little track here that sort of winds its way through the outback down to the hottest town in Australia. It's a stinking hot place in temperature. It's also hot property. Absolutely stunning part of the world out here. Marble Bar is next on our list.
I've always seen Marble Bar on the map, but I've never made a route to go get there. So this is all new territory for us.
You're not alone. Most people wouldn't even think about coming out here. But I think you'll agree, this might just change your mind.
Now, I've heard people complain the best places in Oz are overrun with travellers. But if you're willing to take the road less travelled and have confidence in your gear, you can still find plenty of places like this and have more to yourself.
Definitely on the road less travelled right now. This is a track that, well, it would not see a lot of traffic any year, let alone this year. Through some of the wildest yet most picturesque country I have seen thus far on this trip this year. Big call, I know that's a big call, but I'm making it and I'm standing by it. This is amazing.
The heat is soon ticking up, and after a few hours of low range, our next objective is just over the horizon. And it's time to air up for a short run on the blacktop.
Now, in some parts of the world, when you go and buy yourself a brand new Toyota and you're in the old factory there, you get to tick a box. Some of those boxes will give you different features. In Australia, you don't get many. But overseas, one thing you can tick is to get an air compressor installed from factory in your 70 series. We don't have that option here in Australia, but I've managed to get one installed here from NSV that uses everything factory. Factory wiring, factory loom, factory mounting points. Plug your hose in as per normal, and then you can preset your pressures. I'm about to get on the blacktop, so I'm going to bring it right back up to 40 PSI. You can actually store that as a favourite too, so you can just keep going back to the same pressure. Attach your hose, and it does it all for you. Starts automatically, stops automatically. Go to the next tyre, starts automatically, stops automatically. It really is as simple as that. And you can also set your pressure lower, of course, and use it to deflate your tyres as well. It really is one of those mods you wonder how you live without.
Soon, we're rolling into one of the wilder outback towns in Australia, and the oldest in the Pilbara. In the early 1900s, this place was the booming centre of a gold rush in the region. But now, it's home to just 900 people and one crazy record.
Righto, get yourselves ready, prepare. We are about to hit the city, the big smoke, that is Marble Bar, the hottest town in Australia.
The city that never sleeps because it's too damn hot too.
She gets pretty spicy out here. It's actually got a world record for the number of consecutive days where the mercury climbed above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, roughly 38 degrees C. That was 160 days where it was nearly 40 degrees every single day. I don't care where you live or what you do. That's just bloody brutal.
Sometimes Aussies can be pretty literal. If you ever wondered how this place got its name, well, the answer is just down the road, where you can see a massive rock bar of what you would assume is marble.
This is actually not marble, it's jasper, but when they first settled here, they thought they'd found themselves a huge deposit of marble. As it turns out, the jasper is actually worth a lot more, and they mined the jasper just up the road. Jasper itself, as a stone, has long been known spiritually as the protector stone and as a talisman for many people before going into battle. Polishes up really nicely, makes some really good jewellery. So this stuff right here is a great big bar of jasper.
Marble Bar is one of those places that seems to have largely fallen off the tourist maps. But the hills around it are jam-packed with epic free camps and outback history. With things getting seriously scorching though, our first objective is to find somewhere to cool off.
I promised you two a swim in the middle, one of the hottest and most arid environments in the country. Look up. How good does that look?
Oh my gosh, that looks fresh.
Those of you who've travelled the northwest will no doubt have heard of spots like Hammersley Gorge in the Carragini area, which understandably draws the crowds. But out here, we found something just as epic, called Coppin's Gap. And all we've got to share it with is the birds.
Have a go at this. Well, I've done a bit of research about this place. I knew this would be spectacular because any gap out here in a 100-metre mountain range is going to be something to look at. But what I didn't get in my research was a swimming hole. This is completely, and I fluked it. I absolutely fluked it. I was going to go and give you guys a big old. I knew this was here. I honestly didn't know it was here. But what this is a good lesson in, have a crack. 100%. Poke down a track, have a look, see what's there, and occasionally you come up with greatness.
One of the reasons I've been so excited to come back to this part of the country is for the camping. Out here, there's vast stretches of country where you can literally pull up anywhere and free camp, with those big desert nights calling out for a roaring fire.
Don't know about you, but I am knackered with a capital K.
100%, mate. I think it's time to hustle up for a while and get the fire going and some dinner.
I've got a little turn-off marked on my map just up here on the right-hand side, which should put us, see that bowl? That sort of cliff-facey bowl-looking thing on our right-hand side? Should be able to camp just in the base of that.
Soon, we're lining up a camp for the night, and it's an absolute perler. But it turns out we haven't got this camp entirely to ourselves.
Oh, that's cool. Wow. That's cool. Look at this little cave. I'm not the first one to be here. There has been many a kangaroo in this cave. The view from the entrance is nothing short friggin' spectacular. To think, this is hardly even on the map. It's not something that you would know unless you did a bit of research before you came out here and were prepared to sort of step off the beaten track a bit and go for a look. We are most certainly not the first in here though. There was a big old kangaroo up here as we were walking up. What he does up here I can only guess, but it's nice and cool in here and it's a stinking hot day today, so I reckon, judging by the amount of kangaroo deposits, old mate just comes up here in the middle of the day and has a bit of a snooze. Heads out in the evening to feed. And I can't blame him, because that, bloody spectacular.
It's hard to fathom, but right now we're just a couple of hours from the coast and the main tourist hotspots. Out here though, it feels like we've stepped into another world.
These free camps out here, look at this. You would pay a mozza for this anywhere else, but out here, they give it away. Another thing that is superb out here is the wood. This stuff has been sitting in the sun and the wind for generations, and it is the best wood for burning. You need coals tonight?
Yes.
Coals we will have. This stuff does not get much better, except for Southwest WA Jarrah. That stuff is the wood of the gods.
Tonight is a bit of a special camp for us, and it's not just cause of that incredible view. Tomorrow, we're going to hit a major milestone on our journey across the continent, and that's to finally roll our tyres onto the pristine white sands of the WA coast. This has been what I'd call a pretty cracking day, and now, time for dinner.
How's the Pilbara?
Bloody cool.
First time here, really liking it.
And I think that's the thing. First time here.
Yeah.
I hear that from so many people. First time here to the Pilbara. But you guys were frothing on that drive today.
Oh my God, best four-wheel driving I think I've ever done.
That makes me smile like a chimp. I do that a lot, but particularly today, to take you two out to the Pilbara, where most people think it's too hot, there's nothing here, it's flies, it's dust, it's mining. It's untouched in parts.
And the time of year,
Yep.
too hot.
Yeah, wearing a beanie.
I've got a little beanie on.
If you are doing a lap, what do you call it, lapping?
Yeah, you're lapping.
If you're lapping, spend some time in the Pilbara. Get off that tourist route. If I can give you one bit of advice,
undo the Instagram and throw it in the bin. Get out here into the Pilbara because this place is friggin' amazing. Now look, if you think the drive we did today was good, I want to take you somewhere over the next day. We've got another day, roughly, but we're going to go to one of my most favourite places in Australia. Tonight, though, we have got some dirty boys down here, some pork chops, a couple of brewskis, in the middle of the Pilbara. Doesn't get much better.
All right, George. Where are we going on our morning walk? Up there.
Wow. 2 years ago, Ben and I were both kind of stuck in jobs that just were uninspiring. There was just really something missing. So we decided just to put that to the side, figure out a way to work remotely and hit the road. And that's when we did our first lap. We met Graham. And just how different our lives are since then is just insane.
I've been accused over the years of being far too in love with Western Australia. But I mean, come on. I dare you to look at that view and disagree with me.
Just stop and have a look at where we are this morning. This is, it's mind-blowing. It's staggeringly beautiful. Bit of a backstory. We drove through here, mate and I, a couple of years ago on the way from Kununurra back to Perth. We're on a bit of a mission. We had to do it very quick. Got back home in just under 3 days. But I said to me, mate, I'm coming back. I've got to come back to this area. It was mind-blowingly stunning, passing through quickly. I knew it would be lovely to come back and spend a few days, and it has not disappointed. All this is out there waiting for you. Grab some leave and get out of here.
Our route across the country has seen us spend more nights off the beaten track than many people will experience in a lifetime. But if you want to travel like this with a van, there are a few things to look out for when choosing your 12-volt setup.
Of course, the dream is to be able to park up out here for a few days and enjoy the surroundings, but if you can't charge your batteries off your solar, you've got to keep driving. You can't stop out here. And we see a lot of van manufacturers where they'll whack a whole heap of lithium in here, but they don't understand the metric to being able to charge it off their solar panels. I'll give you a simple maths metric so that when you're looking to buy yourself a van, this will help out amazingly. So whatever they're claiming they've got in amps, you want to have double that in watts of solar on the roof. So let's take my Lifestyle Recon back here as a great example. 600 amps of lithium in there, 1,300 watts of solar on the roof, over double. They know exactly what you're going to be using these vans for out here, and it shows because their 12-volt system very much complements the fact that you can stay out here for as long as you've got supplies, and that's why I reckon I'm frothing so hard on these vans. They get, I'm going to be coming out here, and I might want to stay a month. It ain't a problem for them.
As much fun as it's been exploring the red heart of the Pilbara, I think it's about time we try and get some sand under the Forbies. Between us and the coast is one more stunning drive through this mind-boggling landscape. But finally, 14,000 k's after leaving Fraser Island, we arrive at one of the best beaches in Australia.
Okay, just over this sand dune, that is a sight for sore eyes. It feels like an eternity since I've looked out over the ocean. Holy heck, what a beach. Damn, it's good to be home.
Yeah, what a sight.
Oh, blue. I'm not sure that my eyes are adjusted to seeing blue ocean when I've just seen red dirt for so long.
This glorious bit of sand is called 80 Mile Beach, a place famous for two things. First, the chance for a long beach run alongside the turquoise waters of the Indian Ocean. And second, the fishing.
We're about 3 hours south of Broome, to give you some context. Beautiful stretch of beach, beautiful camping up in the dunes beyond the beach. Predominant fish here are called a blue-nosed salmon. Beautiful eating fish, and it's a bit of a unique way to fish for them. You actually fish the incoming tide, and you move your vehicles up the beach as the tide comes in. The fish come up onto the flats to feed. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you can nab yourself a feed yourself of them.
You get something?
Here comes dinner. Oh no!
Oh, grab him! Hey!
And that, my friends, is a blue-nosed salmon. That's what we came for. Let's get a couple more.
Sometimes known as the tailor of the north, blue-nosed salmon are a feisty sports fish that will often attack lures meant for barramundi and make for a feed that'll be the perfect way to celebrate another epic leg of the journey.
Well, there you go. A couple of blue-nosed salmon fillets on West Australian Jarrah. Welcome back. WA, I'm home, baby!
With dinner on board, I've got one more treat for the guys, and that's a well-earned pub frothy with sunset over the ocean. For that, we're heading to a favourite little WA spot of mine, Point Sampson.
What we have seen over the last 2 weeks is but the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the Pilbara. There is so much up here, and if you folks at home aren't frothing to get up here, then I don't know. I haven't done my job, because I reckon it is one of the best places in Australia.
Yeah, we're adding it to our next lap for sure. We're coming back again.
You're gonna come around
and
again?
and again, and again.
Fill in the gaps till there's no gaps left.
Yep.
Well, that's a lot of Pilbara. There really is. And there's a lot, to be honest, there's a lot to see. What excites me even more is we've got a few days here, but after this is the bit we've all been waiting for. We are finally going to get to do the last little bit of our trip from Fraser all the way across to Dirk Hartog Island. But for now, our future lies
Due southwest.
the Point Sampson pub. We're going to go and have a brewski. We'll see you guys next on
Off grid.
Well done.
Thank you.